Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. I'm Molly, and today we're going to do a 30 to 45 minute vinyasa flow state practice. So a little bit more effort, a little bit more fiery, nothing crazy. And if you want to practice with props, you definitely can. You can have a block under each hand, that might be nice. But then at the end of class, we'll balance it out with some yummy stretches and a little cool down. So it should be fun. Before we get started, I wanted to mention if you're interested in combining your yoga practice with fitness, strength, and conditioning, I have a 1-week free trial to my app and my programs, and they're very balanced and effective and enjoyable. So go check them out. All right, we are gonna get started in a bear sit. So come down onto your bottom. Bring your feet out in front of you, knees are pointing up to the sky, and hands are supporting behind you. Your fingers can point in whatever direction feels good for you. And just take a few rolls through your shoulders, arriving into your body. This is a portion of class that you could close your eyes because we'll start a little bit gentle. And take a twist to the right, twist to the left. Peel your right shoulder open and broaden across your collarbones. And then switch out to the other side. One more in each direction. Good. Make sure your hands are grounded down as you inhale. Lengthen your spine, lift up through your heart. As you exhale, push through your feet. Engage the back body and the glutes as you drive your hips up into reverse tabletop. We'll hold for 5 breaths. Staying active, finding that sense of purposeful effort here. For 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Glutes to the mat. This time, hands stay where they are, and we'll lift up into boat pose, Navasana. Shins can be parallel to the mat, or you can straighten your knees all the way, pointing your toes up, and we'll hold for 5 breaths. Stay in the heat of the effort for 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, reverse tabletop. Push through your feet, lift through your hips. Inhale to lower. Exhale, boat pose, Navasana. Move with your breath. Do about 2 more of each posture. Maybe closing your eyes and picturing the muscles on the back body and glutes, and then picturing the muscles on the front of your core. Really activating, turning on for the class that we have ahead. And then release. Lift up a little bit so you can wrap your hands around your shins. Take a few rounds of cat-cow in your bear sit. So as you inhale, pull your hands into your shins, thread your heart forward, maybe drop your head back. Open through the front of the neck. And exhale, tuck chin to chest, round through the back body like someone was pulling your heart behind you. Shoulder blades separating on the back body. Inhale, open forward into cow. Exhale, curl and round into cat. A few more breaths here. You could stay in this linear version, or you could bring any type of rib cage movement, hip movement, whatever feels good, like a nice warm up for your spine. Last inhale, open up. And last exhale, let it go. Neutral spine, drop your knees down to the right. And you could turn to face the long edge of the mat here if that's more comfortable for your knees. We're gonna lift up, so shift your weight forward into your shins. Drop your right hand on the outside of your right hip. Press your hips forward, reach your left arm up and then back. So kind of spreading across the left rib cage. Breathe in, breathe out, lower back down. 3 more with your breath. Inhale to lift, feeling the legs working. Exhale to lower. Keep moving with your breath. And on this last one, stay lifted. Maybe just roll out your left wrist a couple times in one direction, a couple times in the other direction. Push through your right hand so that shoulders stack over hips. And then take 3 lowers of your hips down towards the mat, this time not using your hands. Can you shift over the right shin, drive your hips forward, stack your shoulders over your legs, and then can you control the lower back down? Last one. And lower down. Good. Switch so that your knees drop over to the left in your shin box or your 90-90 or your deer sit. Plant your left hand behind you and then drive your hips up as your right arm sweeps overhead and back into the space behind you. Inflate your right lung with breath and lower back down. So a nice little warm up, let it feel good. Lift and lower 2 more times. Stretching maybe through the front of the right hip, but still feeling active, pushing down through left hand, left shoulder girdle. Good. This time stay up and roll out your right wrist. Switch the direction of your circles. Push through your left hand, engage your core to lift your shoulders over your legs. Okay, 3 lowers, glutes tap the mat, nice and controlled on the way down, and then press them forward again. 2 more, lower and lift. Lower with control and lift up. Good, release. Plant your hands, come back to the tabletop pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And just feel yourself landing here. Take a breath or 2, just in stillness. Good. Stretch your right leg long behind you, pressing out through the heel. Inner seam of the right thigh is lifting up towards the sky. From here, swing that right leg all the way back behind you, diagonally. So back towards the left corner of the mat. And then sit back. We're going to kind of pulse forward and backward a few times. You might feel this a lot in your left glute, maybe through the right calf. And then next time you pulse forward, bring that right knee towards your right elbow. Step your foot on the outside of your right hand. Tuck your left toes, lift your back leg up. High lizard lunge. And then we'll move between these 2 shapes. Lower your left knee down. Engage your right core and obliques to pick your right knee up towards your elbow. Swing it back to the left and lean back. Good. Shift forward, right foot on outside of right hand. Lift your back knee. Nice and active here. One more time. Back knee drops. Right leg swings around and back. And then step it forward one more time. Lift your back knee. This time, can you stay really grounded and active through your legs like they were in concrete, they're not moving. Very stable for you. And then bring your left hand maybe towards your heart, and then maybe bring your right hand to meet it. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pivot to the left, Skandasana, left leg back of the mat. So toes point to the long edge of the mat, bend into your left knee, sit your hips low. Good. Your left heel can be lifted or up on a prop if that feels good. And then we're going to take a few lunges here. So push down through your left foot, straighten your left leg, and then lower back down. Feeling that activation in your left leg, lift up and down. Later in class, we're going to flow through some of these movements a little more fluidly, but this is a nice active warm up. Good. Face the front of your mat again. Right toes down, right knee bends, arrowhead lunge. So with this, body is at a diagonal, arms reach forward. We're staying for 5 breaths. Nice and active. Scrub your right heel towards your left toes for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your back knee down, Anjaneyasana, arms lift up. Exhale, cactus. Open your heart, drop your elbows back. Interlace your fingers behind you. Whatever thumb on top is fine. As you inhale, peel your shoulders back. Can you get a little more buoyant through your heart? And exhale, humble. Right shoulder drops on the inside of right knee. Interlace hands, kind of slide overhead. Take another in-breath here. And exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your right knee back. Tabletop pose. Shift your hips side to side. Maybe a round or two of cat-cow. And then we'll move through the other side. Extend your left heel long. Steady, strong. And then swing it to the right outside of your mat. Kind of toggle back and forth a little bit. Stretching into the right glute, the left calf. And next time you shift forward, step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Pluck your right knee up, high lizard lunge. Hamstring is active on the right leg, so the inner seam of the right leg is pressing up towards the ceiling. Good, lower back knee down. Right leg swings back. Behind you, shift back. And then active forward, left knee to left elbow. Feel that core engage. Step your left foot down. Lift your back leg up, breathe in. Lower it down. One more time. Back towards your glute stretch. Let it feel good. And then high lizard lunge. This time, after your back knee lifts up, solidify your legs. See if you can lift your right hand up and then your left hand up. Strong, steady breath for 5, for 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Skandasana, back of the mat. Bend into your right leg. Hips sink to right heel, hands to heart. Good. Push down through your right foot. Come to stand, straightening your right leg, and then drop it right back down. 2 more. Lift up. Last one. Right leg is nice and strong. Right knee is still tracking over the right foot instead of dipping towards the center. Good. Face the top of your mat, arrowhead lunge. Bend into your left knee, left toes plant, pivot on the back heel. Torso is at a diagonal as your arms stretch forward. Here for 5 breaths. Center yourself, steady. Maintaining the effort for 2 and 1. Drop your back knee down, Anjaneyasana, arms sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Sink your hips forward, open your heart. Interlace your fingers behind you, opposite thumb on top. Inhale to peel your shoulders open. Exhale, humble. Left shoulder drops on the inside of left knee, head hangs heavy. Stay here for 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands to mat. Left knee meets the right, tabletop. Couple shifts of your hips side to side. A round or 2 of cat-cow, just kind of recalibrating. And then as you're ready, tuck your toes, drive your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your elbows as much as you need. Maybe pedal out your feet a few times. Move through a couple rounds of sun salutation A. So breath with movement. Bend your knees, inhale, gaze forward between your thumbs. Exhale, step, hop, float to the top of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins, to a block. Crown of the head tucks forward. Exhale, release, let it go. Head hangs heavy. Push your feet, stand, rise up, arms sweep up and over. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. On this first round, let's hold 5 breaths in plank. So push through your hands, separate your shoulder blades a little bit. Slight curl of your tailbone underneath you. Here for 3 more. For 2 and 1. Move through your vinyasa. So shift forward, bend at your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, moving at pace. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, top of the mat, fold. Breathe in, Ardha. Breathe out, let it go. Push through your feet, stand, arms sweep up and over, and then dive it back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, move through your vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, rolling over the toes into your heart opener. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, gaze forward. Breathe out, top of the mat, last round here. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, let it go. Root to rise all the way up. And then dive it back down. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Exhale, plant, step back, lower down. Breathe in, open your heart. And we'll meet in down dog. Good. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, plant your right knee at the very center of the mat. As you inhale, lift your left heel, pressing it back. And as you exhale, take that diagonal, stepping the left foot to the right back corner of the mat. Sink it back. Inhale, high lizard lunge, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Back knee lifts up. Exhale, Skandasana, right leg back of the mat. We'll cycle through each side here. Inhale through center, kind of like a wide-legged star pose. And exhale, Skandasana into the left leg. Hands to heart, sink towards the left heel. Right toes peel up towards the sky. One more time, inhale through center. You could reach your arms if that feels good. Exhale, Skandasana, right leg. Arrowhead lunge, bend into your left knee. Arms reaching forward, nice and strong here. Exhale, hands to heart center, tap your right knee to the mat. Inhale, lift up again, arrowhead lunge. Exhale, tap right knee towards mat, hands to heart center. One more time, lift up. Exhale, drop your right knee down. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus, open your heart. Interlace your fingers behind you. This time, lift up through the back knee, high crescent lunge with chest expansion. Exhale, humble your warrior. You could pivot the right heel down if that's more comfortable for you. Take this to the other side. Keep the interlace of your fingers. And just kind of bend into the right knee. And then back to the front of the mat, bend into the left knee. Good. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Biceps framing the ear. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee plants at the very center of your mat. With control, right heel lifts up. Breathe in. Exhale, glute stretch. Swing your right leg behind you to the left. Inhale, high crescent lunge, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lift your back knee up. Exhale, Skandasana, left leg, back of the mat. Inhale through center, star pose, arms reach out and wide. Exhale, over to the right, Skandasana. One more time, move through center. Exhale, sink into your left leg. Arrowhead, top of the mat. Bend into your right knee, arms are reaching forward, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center, tap your left knee down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in, heart opens, Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, cactus. Good, this time interlace your fingers. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Lift your back knee up, open through the heart. Exhale, humble your warrior. Left heel could pivot down and bow on the inside of your right leg. Shift it over to the left. And then shift it back over to the right. Unravel your arms. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands frame right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, step top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand up, arms high, and lower back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. We will meet in downward facing dog. One more time, breath to movement, skipping some of the extras, so it should feel pretty fluid. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee to the center of the mat. Good, inhale, left heel lifts, and exhale, sink it back. Inhale, high lizard lunge, left foot outside of left hand, back knee lifts. Exhale, Skandasana, bend into your right leg. High arrowhead lunge, left knee bends, arms reach forward at a diagonal. This time, exhale, rise up to high crescent lunge. Breathe in, lengthen through your fingertips, maybe lean back. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Breathe in here. And exhale, humble your warrior. Release. Step back, down dog. Left heel lifts. Exhale, knee to center of mat. Inhale, right heel lifts. And exhale, sweep it back behind you. Sink into the left glute. Right foot outside of right hand, high lizard lunge, back knee lifts. Exhale, Skandasana, left leg back of the mat. Arrowhead lunge, right knee bends, arms stretch forward. This time, push down through your heel, lift up, high crescent lunge. Maybe open through the heart, and then interlace your fingers behind you. Breathe in, find some expansion. Breathe out, humble your warrior. Release, step back, down dog. Move through one more salutation. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, top of the mat, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release it out. Push through your feet, come to rise, arms up. And exhale, fold back down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, move through your version of your vinyasa. From down dog, lower your knees, briefly find a child's pose, lowering your elbows and your forehead to the mat. Feeling that swirl of energy and breath and effort, the pulsing of your heart, the activation of your muscles. And then let it start to slow a little bit. As you're ready, lift up into tabletop. Extend your right leg long behind you. This time, tuck your right leg back behind your left knee. So bending at both knees, sink your hips back towards this cow-shaped pose with your legs, but kind of child's pose with your upper body, and take 3 breaths. Inhaling slowly and fully to the top through your nose. And then a complete exhale out. Lift up through your arms and your chest. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. This time, twisted lizard lunge. You could have a block or a prop under your left hand. Excuse me. Curl your left heel in towards your bottom, and then cartwheel your right arm up and back, maybe holding onto the top of the left foot. And if you get there, kind of let your hips sink low, but also stay a little bit active, pressing the foot and the hand into each other, rolling your right shoulder onto the back body. One more breath. Good. Gently release without slingshotting. And then make your way to the back of your mat, Skandasana, into the left leg, but this time lower your hips down towards the mat. Right hand comes onto left ankle. We're going to take a side stretch over to the right. Lift your left fingertips up. And then to whatever extent you can, Magnetize your left fingertips towards your right toes. You don't have to get there at all by any means, but think about curling your heart up and staying open through the chest. Breathe into the left lung. One more cycle here. And gently release. Let your left knee come on the inside of your right leg, so finding internal rotation of the leg. Inhale, tall spine. And exhale, fold. Use your fingertips as support. Slowing down. Still giving time and space for that energy to move through. So if there's any other movements that you would like to incorporate, you definitely can. Okay. Bend both knees, roll over your knees, come to tabletop. Inhale, extend your left heel long, and then Gomukhasana legs, tucking your left knee behind your right and sinking hips back towards heels. Walk your fingertips forward like a child's pose. Couple breaths to land. As you release, pull forward, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Good place for a block underneath your right palm. Twisted lizard lunge, right heel curls into right glute. Left arm reaches up and back for your foot. You could also use a strap here. Gentle push of foot and hand into each other and broaden across your collarbones. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Make your way towards Skandasana, bending into your right leg at the back of the mat. But then lower your hips all the way down. Left hand to right ankle. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, side stretch. Over towards the left toes. You don't need to make contact. You could even put your hand behind your head for support if you want. And think about peeling your right elbow up towards the sky. Spreading across the right rib cage, finding space for breath. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Right knee drops, internally rotating on the inside of your left leg. You can scooch around if you need. Inhale, lift up through your spine. And exhale, fold. As you're ready, make your way, stacking shoulders over hips. This time extend your right leg long, scoot your bottom forward, and come to lay down on your back. We'll take a little final twist here. Option to do a simple spinal twist if you'd like. Otherwise, we're gonna do what's called bretzel, I believe. So pull your knees into your chest, drop them over to the right. And as you do so, right hand comes onto left leg, and you might hold on to that right foot with your left hand. A lot of rights and lefts here. So you're just getting more of a quad stretch on the top of the right thigh if you want it, but you don't need to take it. If you are taking the bretzel, your right leg will now be further back than your left leg instead of being stacked. Okay, and land in your twist, whatever feels good. Maybe close your eyes. Signaling to your body that we're slowing down. The phase of effort is over for now. We're balancing our energy, moving through the ebbs and flows of effort and ease on our mat, and then Knowing that we can carry that capacity to push and to slow down into our lives as well. Switch it out, knees to chest. Drop them to the left and stay here with stacked legs, or bring your right hand to the top of your left foot for more of a quad stretch. Left hand is weighing down your right knee. Shoulders are broad, chest is open. One more breath in. Exhale, release through center. Both knees to chest. Rock side to side a couple times. And then extend long into Shavasana. You could use a prop underneath your knees if you'd like. And settle here for a few moments of stillness. Closing your eyes down. Following the soft rhythm of your breath. Notice if you're holding any tension in your shoulders or your face or your belly. Take a few more breaths to become heavy and to release. You can stay here as long as you have time for. If you're ready to transition out, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then gently roll onto one side, keeping your eyes closed if that's an option for you. And then push up to a seat. Comfortable seat of choice, hands onto knees, pelvis towards the mat, crown of the head towards the sky. Being with you, sensing your energy, any shifts. One more breath in, hands reach up, palms meet in center. Exhale, hands to heart center or to third eye center. Take a bow in gratitude for your practice, for your body, for a little bit of space. For the you that is able to be in effort and in ease. You can start to blink your eyes open, taking in the space around you. If you'd like to finish with any final wiggles, please do. I hope you enjoyed that vinyasa class. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.